Head Coach Jay Long here at Fall Football Camp with us. And Coach, tell us a little bit about how the first few days have gone for you and the guys.
You know, the first few days with the veterans, I'm really happy with. Last year, I don't, if we counted them all, I'm sure it was about 100 and some practices that we had last year, the most we've ever practiced. And our older guys, it's showing. Our younger guys, we're teaching them the way of the eagle, and that's about running to the football. It's about executing our blocks. Long story short, it's about doing their job. And right now we got some young guys that are doing that, and we got some guys we still got to teach. And as far as being the third day of practice, you know, that's pretty much always the expectations of it. So that's where we're at, and we're going to continue to build on that each day.
Coach, you got a lot of returners and key guys coming back this year. Part of the big reason why you're picked third in the RMAC in the preseason, but in the pep talk following practice today, you also talked about giving that Eagle effort and like being a farm team as opposed to more like a scout team. It sounds like when you do well, got a chance to move up, and there's some spots that these new guys, young guys that aren't in that number one position, might be able to try and get a hold of.
You know, Dave, last year we talked about constantly becoming a smarter football team. We called our practices football school. We had football school meetings. It was all about becoming smarter. Well, as coaches also went out and we did things to help get us smarter. We went and met with North Dakota State. North Dakota State does what's called double reps, and they have their 1s and 2s on one side of the field, and they got their A's and B's on the other side of the field. The A's and B's, they're your farm team, simply just like a baseball team. They are in that developmental stage. As they develop, just like in farm team, they can be promoted on up into the 1s and 2s. They are our future. We got to continue to get them better, and guys that start standing out in there, they're going to come over here and get their opportunity to stand out over here also.
Coach, what do you want to see the rest of this week, first week of fall camp? What are you really working on and building with the guys as you move forward?
Dave, I think we're constantly trying to preach tough, smart, and physical. There's periods where we have to be smart. There's periods where we have to be tough and physical, same thing. And our guys got to know that difference. With the way the day is, it's a hot day. We have to be able to make sure that we control our practices. We got to make sure that everyone stays healthy. Our guys are too valuable. When you look at a year, it's a long year, and we got to have our guys peaking, but we also got to have our guys in the right spot and healthy and feeling good by game day. The last thing, is that, this year, 2 weeks ago, the NCAA put out some new COVID rules. And if we can get our team to 85% vaccinated, then, we won't have to, our rules become a lot less stringent. And when you look at our conference, our Colorado teams, they require the vaccination. So, we've got to make sure that we can make sure that we have full teams on Saturday. And I think that our guys are buying in on all phases.
Yeah, Coach, I know we can't get too deep into medical stuff, but some teams do release percentages of how much of the team is vaccinated, what is, what isn't. Where do you feel like CSC fits on that scale, and how confident are you we're going to be able to get all of our games in this year?
Dave, when you go to the Panhandle Health and you look on their website, our team is above our community, which is exciting. It's one of those things where we all have choices we want to make, and the one thing is if a person chooses not to get vaccinated, then there's a good chance that if they do get COVID, that they will have to miss 3 games, and that's the way the NCAA put it for us, and our guys have that choice to make, and it is their choice, and we have some guys that are on the fence. We have guys that are no, and we have guys that are like, I'm going to get it. And that is the choice of every person. That's why we're in America. We have choices, and our team also has this choice.
Kind of amazing. We're still dealing with the pandemic here another fall. How different is this fall from last fall? We got a few games in last year, hopefully a full schedule now, but as you get the team ready to kick off that first game, how different is it now?
David, it is. It feels like normal. There's some things we have to do differently. Yes, there is. But last year was so much way different that now it becomes a little bit more normal. And that's I guess the biggest thing is that we are competing this year for a championship, and we have the guys to compete for a championship. But it's going to take every guy, and that's why we're having ourselves healthy and keeping ourselves healthy in practice, making sure that we're peaking at the right time.
Head Coach Jay Long here at Fall Camp. Coach, great thoughts. Thanks as always.
Thank you, Dave. Go Eagles.